Hello everyone, my name is Min. Today I'm so happy to be here to introduce to you about the topic Warrior Spirit, Day 6. Okay, so now let's start.
Very sad?
No,
No, the atmosphere
the
was not
atmosphere is
sad.
not sad.
The atmosphere was like a party.
Yes,
The
the atmosphere was like a
very
party.
happy.
The atmosphere was very happy.
Was the atmosphere sad or happy?
The atmosphere was happy.
The atmosphere
The
was happy.
atmosphere was
The atmosphere
like a party.
was like a party.
Yeah.
What was like a party?
The atmosphere in the
atmosphere in the cemetery
was like a party.
Where
Well,
was the atmosphere like a party?
yes, the atmosphere is party.
The cemetery.
In the
The atmosphere
in,
was like
in
a
the
party.
cemetery.
In the cemetery.
The atmosphere was like a
Was
party
the atmosphere
in
like a
the
party
cemetery.
at my house? No, not at my house.
No,
the
not in my
atmosphere
house.
was like a party.
Atmosphere
In
was
the
like a
cemetery.
party at the cemetery.
The atmosphere
The atmosphere was not like a party in my house.
So the atmosphere was like a party.
Was like a party.
There were people
There
everywhere.
were people everywhere.
Families were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Where were the families sitting?
Around the graves.
Around the graves.
They
were
are sitting around the grave.
Who was sitting around the graves?
The families.
The families. Right? The
We
families
was
were sitting
was
around the graves.
they sitting around the
Were they
grave.
sitting around the trees?
No, they
No,
wasn't
they weren't
sitting around the tree.
trees. They were sitting around the graves.
Yeah.
So, where were they sitting?
Around the grave. They
Around the graves.
yes, they sitting around the grave.
Families were sitting around the graves
Family was
of their dead
of their dead
ancestors.
ancestor.
Were they sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors?
Yes. They
Yes,
were
they were
sitting
sitting
around the grave of the dead
of their dead
ancestors.
ancestors. Were they sitting around the graves of their friends?
No, not really. They were sitting around the
Not really.
grave of
They were
their
sitting around the graves
dead
of their dead ancestors.
ancestor.
Who was sitting around the graves?
Family.
That's right. Families were
They were sitting around the grave.
Whose graves were they sitting around? Whose
Yes.
graves were they sitting around?
Yes, the dead ancestor.
Their dead ancestors.
Ancestor.
Their ancestors' graves. They were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Were they sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors or the graves of their friends? Ancestors, right? They were sitting around the graves of their dead
They were sitting around the
ancestors.
grave of their dead ancestor.
They cleaned the graves and added fresh flowers. Who cleaned the graves?
They.
That's right, the families.
That's family.
What did they add?
They
added
fresh flowers.
Did they add food?
No. No, they didn't ask food. They asked for a fresh flower.
No, they didn't add money.
No, they didn't add money. They asked for fresh flower.
What did they clean?
They cleaned the grave.
Cleaned the graves.
Graves.
Whose graves did they clean?
It's their ancestors.
Right?
They cleaned their ancestor graves.
Where did they add flowers?
They added flower to the grave.
To the graves. That's right. They cleaned the graves.
They cleaned the grave and asked fresh flower.
Good. I walked through the cemetery and admired the beauty of all the colorful flowers. Where did I walk?
I walked to the cemetery.
The cemetery. I walked
to the cemetery.
Did I walk through the park?
Yes. No, I didn't walk to the bus. I walked into the cemetery.
Where did I walk?
I walked to the cemetery.
Who walked through the cemetery?
It's me, AJ.
I walked through the cemetery.
Yes, I will.
Did I walk through the cemetery or did I walk through the park?
I walked to the cemetery.
The cemetery. That's right.
And I admired the beauty of all those colorful flowers.
Did I admire the beauty of the trees?
No, I didn't admire the beauty of the tree.
Of the trees.
Yes.
Did I admire the beauty of the children?
No, I didn't admire the beauty of the children.
The beauty of the children. What did I admire?
The flowers.
Right? Yeah, I
admire the beauty of all the colorful flowers.
Who admired the beauty of all the colorful flowers?
That's right. AJ Miss admires the beauty of all the colorful flowers.
Where were the flowers?
It's on the grave in the cemetery.
In the cemetery.
The flower was on the grave in the cemetery.
Were the flowers in the park?
No.
They
was
in the park. Were the flowers in my house?
No, they weren't in my house.
Where were the flowers?
The flowers were on the grave in the cemetery.
The graves
in the cemetery.
Where did I walk?
I walked to the cemetery.
I walked through the cemetery. When did I walk through the cemetery?
I walked to the cemetery on November 1st, the day of the dead. November 1st,
Day of the Dead. I walked
to the cemetery.
What was the cemetery like?
It's like a party. It was like a party.
It was like a party. The cemetery was
like
a party. Was I curious about this holiday?
Yes, I was curious about this holiday.
Which holiday was I curious about?
Yes, the Day of the Dead. I was curious about the Day of the Dead.
Curious about the Day of the Dead.
So So I walked through the cemetery. There was also color in the sky because many kids were flying kites.
Where was the color?
In the sky. Okay, let's show about my sharing. Thank you so much for the listening.
Right, in the sky.
Goodbye.